This is Shelley Craft coming to you live on SNNLive. We're at the 2016 Marcum MicroCap conference here in New York City. I have with me Robert Clarke, Pulmatrix Incorporated, and the symbol is PULM. Robert, welcome back to SNNLive.
Shelley, thanks for having me again.
It's good to have you back. Let's start out with an overview of the company, and then we'll go from there.
So Pulmatrix is a small specialty pharma company. We're based up in Lexington, Massachusetts, focused on inhaled products based on a novel technology we invented for enhanced delivery to the lungs of patients. We're looking at treating major indications in pulmonary disease, including COPD, cystic fibrosis, and idiopathic pulmonary fibrosis.
With that said, anything new?
We just completed a trial in our COPD asset. That trial was completed in Europe. It was a clinical trial in patients focused on looking at pharmacokinetic bioequivalence. We just announced last week that we have completed the trial itself, and we're actually in the process of data analysis, which we expect to be able to release shortly.
So from this point, how soon will it hit the market? And part two of that question is, how large of an audience for it, or treatment needs, is there for it?
So the product we're developing is based on a currently marketed product that sells over $5 billion annually. So it's a huge product in the respiratory space. COPD itself affects tens of millions of patients worldwide, and that number is growing, unfortunately. As we look at our own product, the next step for us, we anticipate, is moving into advanced clinical development, moving towards pivotal, and that is associated with, again, an expedited regulatory path in Europe that could allow us to seek registration based on pharmacokinetic equivalence. So we're still a couple of years out, but we think in biotech terms that could go very quickly.
What does your product replace out in the market?
This specific asset would replace a currently used inhaled therapy. What our technology, which we call iSPERSE, does well is it more efficiently delivers the drugs to the patient airways. And we've actually demonstrated that clinically, where we showed we could give over 80% less of the drug and get exactly the same benefit in the patient. When we think about our pipeline, we're replacing currently used oral therapies that are intended to treat lung diseases. And so the obvious play for us is, why aren't we using an inhaled approach to treat these diseases, which is where we come in with the iSPERSE technology.
So the other products are inhaled as well, correct?
That's right. The other lead inhaled product we have is an inhaled antifungal to treat fungal infections in the airways of patients like severe asthmatics, cystic fibrosis, as well as immunocompromised patients. And then idiopathic pulmonary fibrosis, which is a fibrotic scarring of the lung, is currently treated with oral therapy. And so the intention is, could we do better by delivering the drug directly to the airway?
So we're in the middle of 2016. Heading into the final half of this year, into 2017, what are some of the milestones you hope to achieve?
Well, certainly the most important milestone we intend is to be able to announce the data that we just completed in our COPD asset. We're looking to move our other assets into clinical development over the next couple of quarters. We will have a number of announcements at upcoming scientific conferences presenting some of our preclinical data that should support our future development of those products.
Now I'm going to ask you an interesting question, at least from my standpoint. To bring these products to market, it's going to take an awful lot of money. Is there also a potential for you to partner with a large pharma at the same time?
Right. So our current lead product already actually has an R&D collaboration with a major pharma partner. And the data that we expect to announce in the next few weeks is intended to move us towards a licensing arrangement with that partner. So certainly partnership is something we're looking at. When we think about our earlier stage assets, we intend to take those into early clinical development and certainly then continue pharma discussions. In terms of our cash position, when we went public last summer, we raised enough money to take us into the middle of 2017. So we're still actually in a strong cash position, and we've been operating on time and on budget.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's get more information on Pulmatrix, like a website.
Our website is www.pulmatrix.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, Robert Clarke, Pulmatrix Inc. It's a publicly traded company, and the symbol is PULM. I'm Shelley Craft. We're coming to you live on SNNLive, and we're at the 2016 Marcum MicroCap Conference in New York City. Robert, thanks for coming back and coming on to SNNLive.
Thanks again for having me, and I appreciate the time. Thank you.
Always welcome.